Hey everybody, Mac here, and we are working on y equals mx plus b, or what we call the slope-intercept form of how to graph a linear equation, okay? I have 3 videos here. All 3 videos are different, so you want to see all 3 of them. The first one, we took a graph and came up with an equation, or maybe not first, it depends on the order you look at it, but I have another one where they give you a graph and you have to come up with the equation. On this one, they give you an equation and you have to come up with the graph. And you're going to find it's actually pretty easy because what they give you here is they give you the slope, which is your m, and they give you the y-intercept, which is your b. Okay, and all you need to do a graph, you either need 2 points or you need a point and a slope, or that's what they give you. The point here is the y-intercept. So let's take a look at number 1. The y-intercept, that's the number that pops out here. That's your b. That's at point. That's at 1. So that's going to be your first point. From that point, that's going to be your b equals 1. What's your m? Your m is 2 over 1. Remember, write it as a fraction. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And that, my friends, is going to be your line. Done. Number 2, do a graph on this. The y-intercept is your starting point, which is going to be at 4. The minus in front of the x is like a minus 1, which can be written as minus 1 over 1. Remember, don't go minus 1 over minus 1. You only get one negative. A negative over a negative is a positive, so it's negative 1 over 1. So we're going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, and that's what our graph's going to look like. Okay, so let's go to number 3. We're going to start, it says minus 2, so we're going to start at negative 2. And we're going to do a slope of 3 over 2. We don't worry about fractions. 1, 2, 3 over 2. They're great. We love fractions. It's just slope, rise over run. Okay, number 4, our starting point is going to be plus 5. And we're going to do a slope of negative 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. How many do you need to do? Well, you only really need to do 1. Now, if you do more than 1, your line might look prettier. But you only need 2 points to make the line. Number 5, okay? We're going to start at negative 3. That's our y-intercept. And we're going to do a slope of 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. There's my 2 lines. I'll do a couple more just to make it prettier. Now remember, we always go to the right, but if I go up 1, right 2, I can also go down 1, left 2. Okay, so you're also allowed to do that. Do the opposite, okay? Positive over a positive is the same as a negative over a negative. All right, let's go on to number 6. I'm going to start at plus 2 because that's what my b is. B equals 2. What's my m? It's negative 3 over 2. Now, can I go 3 over negative 2? The answer is yeah, just as long as only one of them is negative. But I always like to put the negative on top. And so I'm going to go down 3, and I'm going to go over 2. Down 3, over 2. Well, what if I did the opposite, and I did 3 over negative 2? Okay, well, 1, 2, 3. Negative 2 would be this way too. Look, falls on the same line. Okay, you're all good. Number 7, x equals negative 4. Ooh, this one's a little trickier. So now here, I don't have my y equals mx plus b. This one's a little different. Here's what I like people to do. After you do a bunch of these, you're just going to see that when you have x equals something, it's going to be a vertical line. You're just going to start to memorize that. But if you forget, I always find that this chart helps. And I know my x, no matter what my y is, my y can be anything. But my x is always going to be negative 4. Put in a 0, put in a positive number, put in a negative number, and let's just start graphing them. Where's negative 4, 0? Negative 4, 0. Where's a negative 4, 2? Where's the negative 4, negative 1? And you can see no matter what y I put in, if my x is always negative 4, it's going to be a vertical line. Same thing here, y equals 3. Sometimes people forget, well, okay, y equals 3. Well, is it that one? Is it right there? Well, here's the best way to look at it. Do your XY chart, okay? And just plug in 3 for a bunch of y's. You know, x can be a billion. Y is going to be 3. It doesn't matter. Let's go 0. Let's go negative 2. Let's go 3. Okay, well, where's 0, 3? 0, 3. All right? Where's a negative 2, 3? Negative 2, 3. I'm just plotting points. I'm not even doing slope. Okay, and where's 3, 3? There's 3, 3. Are you starting to see a pattern? you're going to get a horizontal line. So whenever you see an x equals, you're going to get a vertical line. And whenever you see y equals, you're going to get a horizontal line. All right, so just a couple to help you out there. So that's how we take a formula in the y equals mx plus b, and that's how we graph it. All right, so we have one more where we're going to give you equations, but they're not going to look like y equals mx plus b. In the graph, we're going to have to move the furniture around a little bit. So I'd really like to see you on that one. If you get that, you are pros at slope-intercept form. I'll see you guys on that one.